Welcome to this video. Let's talk about single page applications right now. So you should know that a web browser, which is actually a program for sure, is capable of running a complete application. Single page applications are exactly this. They are complete applications that are running on the user's browser, right? So it's an application that is running in the user's browser. The single page application can handle many tasks locally rather than sending requests to a server. They work like desktop applications, but they run on the browser and the user sees the latest version of the application every time he's opening the page. Page navigation and many other interactions that would require sending requests to a server in a traditional multi-page application are done locally in a single page application. So in a single page application, we really have a lot of less server communication. The application, however, chooses to send a request to the web server whenever necessary. So for sure there is still server communication, right, for accessing data from a database or whatever. But it absolutely depends on the application, like on how we develop it. Not every time when the user interacts in any way, like in a traditional multi-page application. So just keep that difference. In a single page application, we have less server communication because we are preloading the application and its pages. And in a multi-page default application, we communicate with the server every time the user is interacting. So first, the browser downloads a single page application from a web server with all pages, including the HTML, JavaScript and CSS styles. This is what I mean by preloading. We are loading everything from that single page application. Then the browser runs the application in a single master page named index.html. This index page stays open until the user closes the browser tab, refreshes the page, or opens a link to another website. So in a single page application, we have a single page, which is like a container for everything. In other words, the index page won't be reloaded or replaced by other pages of the application while a user is using the app. Only the content of the page may change. So changing the content of the index.html may give the user the impression of loading a new web page, but it's not happening, right? He's just switching the content of the same page. From that point on, the browser requests pieces of data it needs rather than downloading an entire web page each time, because all pages are downloaded initially. So instead of like every time downloading web pages, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc., we are instead preloading all that information and just requesting data from a server. Well, and data is most of the time very optimized and short in comparison to JavaScript, HTML and CSS. So just think about like 100 entries of JSON data, they would just be like around some kilobytes. But a CSS, JavaScript image, something like that, which is embedded in HTML, could potentially already be around like a megabyte. Just to give you any numbers so that you see what's the benefit of an SPA. Now it's time for a demonstration. In this demo, we will create a new Angular and ASP.NET Web API application. We will run that application and then explore files and folders in the solution to see how they are structured. See you in the next video.